Well, cheers, how you do, buckaroos, and how the heck are you? Hey, I'm at a new brewery here in Springfield, Missouri. Great Escape Beer Works, and I gotta tell you, so far I'm impressed. Right now they've got five, I guess. They've got a Kolsch, an Irish Stout, an IPA, and a Session IPA upstairs, and then they add a Hefeweizen downstairs. So I ordered my first beer, then I walked upstairs to check out the situation. Downstairs is where they have all the tanks. But I tell you what, the people, I started with the bartender downstairs who was very friendly. I came up to the bartender upstairs who was very knowledgeable and friendly as well. I had a little chat with the owner as well, and head brewer who certainly knows his stuff. I started with the Session IPA because I was only planning on having three. I was going to do the Session, the Irish, and the IPA. But then as I was talking with the owner and his knowledge of beer, I decided to try the Kolsch because they use a strain from Kolsch. And it's got that big fruity nose, and he uses Tettnang and Czech sauce. So, oh man, they're killing me. So I had to try it, and it was a spot-on Kolsch. And I was going to wait till I got to the IPA to do a video, but I ordered this Irish Stout, and I brought it up to the nose, and oh my goodness, I thought, no, I got to talk about this one. I haven't taken a drink yet, but it pours that beautiful jet black, a nice mocha-like head on top, notes of malted chocolate, anise on the nose. Oh gosh, it's just gorgeous, man. Some might say licorice. I typically say anise, but some might describe it as a licorice-like note. Oh, mercy. I'm not sure if I started my video the way I typically do because I was kind of taken aback by how much I like this place. How do you do, buckaroos? I'm Don a Beer Whisperer, and I have had Great Escape Beer Works. Let's start over. Oh, gosh. So it's an Irish Stout or dry stout. I heard the bartender describe it as a dry stout, which I thought was awesome. You're obviously dealing with a bartender that knows his beers. I like that. So yeah, again, malted chocolate notes, slight hint of coffee, but I'm certainly getting some anise in there as well. It's 4.4%, so it is right in line with a traditional Irish Stout. It cleans up beautifully, very earthy hop finish. Cheese biscuits is brilliant. So I'm going to set this beer down. And I want to talk about the beers. I was going to do a video, sometimes I try to do a video for every beer I have, but I know lately I've been trying to put the camera away, right? Just focus on the experience. I think sometimes that's what a lot of us beer guys get lost in. We get lost in checking the beers in on tap and losing the experience of being in the brewery, the tap room, or wherever we are. So I've tried to, in this particular case, I just said I'm not going to. And I had those two, and I was going to do the video on the last beer, but this, I was amazed by the aroma. So anyway, I started with their Session IPA, which is 4.9%. I thought it was about 50 and change IBUs. I can't remember all the hops, but Centennial, Citra, and Mosaic were on the list. And it was a very nice, I described it as a lawnmower beer, which is very nice, drinkable beer. To me, I even told him it felt more like an APA, but yeah, there you go. But it was a fine beer, whatever you wish to call it. And then I had that Kolsch, which was almost sublime. It was one of the best Kolsch, American versions of the Kolsch I've ever had. It did remind me a bit of the Dirty Blonde from Saddlebach, which I worked for that brewery for a couple of years. But it had heavier fruit notes on the nose, which I really liked. This one did, and you really felt the sauce at the end as it just cleaned it all up. It was brilliant, and here I am with this Irish Stout now. So, anyways, I'm not going to run this long, and I don't know if I'll do a footnote for the IPA later or not, or just add an addendum. because again, sometimes it's nice. I was talking to the bartender, the owner, and another patron here. So sometimes, I think again, sometimes us beer guys lose that. We spend so much time checking things in and doing videos and writing things down, and we lose the experience, and we miss out when we do that. So there you go. I am Tom the Beer Whisperer, beer evangelist, prolific beer drinker, beer wisdom all around. Good guy. Remember, folks, life is serious. Beer shouldn't be. Now, the only thing I didn't have this evening was our Hefeweizen, and I started with the Session IPA. I went to the Coast, the Irish Stout, and I finished off with their big IPA called the Woodscraft, 7.1, 75 IBUs. Yeah, not quite a double or imperial, but damn close. I made a joke with them. They're from Colorado, so I'm surprised to have an IPA that I could see through. But this beer is absolutely brilliant. They hide the 7.1 extremely well. The owner had done some brewing for Upslope and Odd 13. And as I've let this warm, I've picked up ever-changing notes from this thing. I wasn't feeling all those tropical fruit notes early on, but now I'm feeling a lot of them.
I really think you should let the dog out now.
But on the nose right now, I feel like I'm getting... There's a lot of sweet notes. I feel like I'm getting some mango, some passion fruit, certainly getting some tangerine notes. The taste early on, when I first got this pour, I felt like I was getting nothing but tangerine. As I worked through it, I was talking to the owner just a second ago. I said, man, I'm right there. I just felt like I was getting some stone fruit in the middle. Yeah, I feel like there's some apricot notes right there in the middle of it. I don't feel like I get any herbal stuff close to the end where you start to feel these slight pine or juniper-like notes, but it's a brilliant beer. And it hides the 7.1 absolutely brilliantly, so there you go. Hey, Great Escape Beer Works, Springfield, Mo, give them a shot. I am Tom the Beer Whisperer, your evangelist, prolific beer drinker, beer wisdom all around good guy. Remember, folks, life is serious, beer shouldn't be.